Curren, the hospital, man, he was like the only one out of No Limit, man, who is successful, man, who was successful with his undertakings. And when he came in, as far as I was concerned, wanted to get money, he wanted to be famous and shit like that. You know, he might have been the one out of all of us who wasn't so street, you know, because Master P came to most of us as a blessing, you know what I'm saying? And Master P may have came to him as a business. Okay. You understand the difference? Like you gotta think. You got the highest.
You could get that sense from him that he wanted it from the rap game. I don't know if that was down to probably his age as well, because I remember seeing him in like the New No Limit era. A lot of the stuff he was like, you know, you can see he was blatantly the youngest. He had Chopper, Magic, obviously Official. They were quite young, but he was one of the younger guys. But you could tell he wanted to be a big rap star, and he was making no bones about it, kind of making that known as well.
Yeah. Like I mean, me being next to him and shit like that, it was confusing for me. You know what I'm saying? It was confusing for me on how that whole thing went, because Homeboy came in, he got a video song with the Colonel. I was at the video and shit. We went to, I think, San Bernardino Valley and shit. And it was so crazy because we got to Cali. I came from New York. A couple other artists came from wherever they came from. But when I came from New York and got in a van at the airport, LAX, we went to San whatever, I just said that, fucking San Bernardino Valley or some shit. But when we drove there, we ended up away from LA, and we was on like a dirt road and shit. Got on this dirt road in California, son. You gotta picture this shit. So we're on dirt road, it's nighttime. Now we on this road, long ass road, and then all of a sudden we turn down another thinner dirt road. So we're on this dirt road, and then we go onto this real thin dirt road, and all of a sudden you see fucking buildings and neighborhoods and shit. And it was a fucking Hollywood thing. You know how like they just threw up a whole city.
Like a set, like a lot.
A set, yeah. Yeah. That's what I was trying to say, man. It was a set. Like, it was crazy because this the first time I ever seen something like this. You know what I mean? But you know, you see it in movies all the time. You look at movies,
you don't realize how much they went through to build sometimes all of that up, or where it was shot at. You don't know the place. You just see it where it is. But as you said, to actually see it there, it must have been a surprise.
Yeah, like I said, we was on a dirt highway, right? Like a dark, real dark highway. And then all of a sudden, we made a left onto a real thin dirt road, and then we came into this whole, like, the light and the old buildings, or just buildings and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? And then you see the fucking equipment and all the people that shoot the videos. Those videos was millions of dollars back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
especially that era, like, with the New No Limit, they put a lot of it looked like a higher budget into some of the videos on that New No Limit era as well. With Universal, yeah,
that was New No Limit. And then, you know, me, I was puzzled personally because I'm just meeting this dude. I never, you know, I didn't hear about him or nothing like that. I'm meeting him, I met him and shit, and he was doing a video with the Curren. I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, you know, I'm rooting for him. I don't know him, but he, you know, he a black man. He on the tank. I'm rooting for him, but I'm confused. I'm like, damn, man, it's so much. You know, it's so much that could have been done before this situation. And then I hear him rhyming and shit, and of course, I'm an artist, so I'm going to critique it. You know what I'm saying? I innocently critiqued, you know, what I felt about this dude, Hot Spitta, and I'll break it down, everything that's in front of me, you know, the name, currency, okay, Hot Spitta. I'm like, Hot Spitta. Then I hear him, I see how he moving, I see, you know, what he's saying. I'm thinking, you know, that's something trying to be East Coast. You know what I'm saying? He's the South, you know.
Yeah, definitely. We always found that, you know, Currency kind of took that influence from sort of Mace or Fab in a similar sort of, you know, East Coast projection. It's kind of like The Game, where he was a West Coast rapper, but when he first started out, he really adapted, you know, the East Coast sort of colloquialisms and cadence to a degree. I mean, Currency had a bit of that Southern drawl, but at the same time, I know what you mean. He had a very kind of East Coast delivery, which you'd probably say himself. Do you think that's what gained him a wider fan base and stuff as well later? Because we know at that time people were really listening for, like, you know, lyrics of young rappers kind of coming with a different dynamic delivery and stuff. Punchlines was a heavy thing at the time. A lot of people wanted, you know, punchlines, and Currency definitely had a lot of those dope punchlines.
You know, it struck me as odd because I'm you know, being from the East, when I leave the East, I'm not looking for the East because I'm signed to a South label. So I'm expecting the best of the South or the best of the West, you know, because Master P had either people from the South or people from the West, and mostly from the South. You know what I mean? Mostly from New Orleans and shit like that. So when I hear this guy spitting or rapping, I'm trying to look over what I see, because to me, I could tell he's jacking that East Coast shit. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know how to take it. You know, I didn't know how to place it. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if that's I don't know what that is, because I'm an East nigga that's the East Coast nigga. He's a South nigga that was spitting East Coast style. And I didn't know how to take it, you know what I'm saying? And I just said, fuck it, you know, he with us, I'm rolling with it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
because I couldn't really, I didn't know where to place that at. Maybe that's how he wanted it to be, you know what I mean? I don't know, you know, we got a chance to vibe, but not a chance to build and talk and all that.
Yeah.
You know, and then as a No Limit artist, you know what I'm saying, who was there from 1998, and now we're in 2000 and doing this, I'm like, damn, you know, why the fuck, you know, I wasn't on a video with the Colonel going crazy or something like that. But again, in those days, you think, you know, you feel like, you know, the Colonel is the Colonel, and if that's what he wants, then fuck, let's get it. Let's go. So when we did the video, I put all the energy I could put into the shit. I think it was Wild Out or something. Some shit.
Yeah, I think it was Get Back from the 504 Boyz album.
Yeah. I was there. That video
so
was
the shock
so
of the video
fun.
was crazy. That's the one they had was that the Gucci helicopter and all that, and the
yes sir, and that's the helicopter I believe P and I jumped out of one time for Christmas for Toys for Tots. He did, you know, gave away a lot of toys to some children, and we got out. That's the helicopter we was in. We got out of that shit. So I know you heard the stories of us jumping out of helicopters. That was the helicopter,
okay, the
Gucci helicopter. And we had jumped out to do Toys for Tots too. So that was his, you know what I'm saying? And then like I said, man, when the whole Currency thing happened, I was puzzled, because to me, I'm just like, there's so many more artists to be, you know, making a video with than this new guy. Who the hell is this new guy? But you know, at the time, I'm not a threat person. Like, I didn't see Currency as a threat. I just didn't understand the move.
I mean, did you know he had came through the ranks through, you know, sort of Tough Guys, True Records initially, and then sort of through to the tank, or was he not really aware of, I guess, his earlier start?
I didn't never heard of the Homeboy. Never heard of him.
Okay.
Never heard of him. But it just, again, I was meeting some rappers that wasn't from where I'm from, and it's like, it was like a mocking of us, and I didn't really know how to take it. And I'm not saying this disrespectfully. I'm just telling you how, you know, the authenticity of how I was thinking and feeling meeting this guy. You know what I'm saying? It couldn't make sense to me.
Well,
you know what I mean? Because
I was gonna ask just a couple of questions on that. Stick with that note though. But one of them was because I know you guys did the Rap City, so you know, with that being something that was definitely, I guess, predominantly seen as like, I don't want to say an East Coast platform, but obviously it was shot out there in the East, and it was something that I think rappers wanted the credit to be able to say they did a booth. You know, they went to Rap City, they tore it down, and it was something that everybody wanted to check out. You came with your hot lyrics and stuff, and you know, you guys did one with Curren in the 504 Boyz. Now, what was Tigger's response and stuff? Do you think he was feeling it? And I only asked that because you was on the East, and you say you think that he had a sort of East Coast delivery. Do you think that people from the East sort of felt that, like, you know what, not like he tried to be like us, but he kind of fits in with us?
I think in those times, people were still about the music, and so if it felt good, then people just took it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they'd accepted it if it felt good. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you're talking about being able to paint a picture. You know what I'm saying? And you know, proclaim your spot. And so I think people just ran with it because it wasn't all that bad. You know what I'm saying? We've heard bad rappers before. Currency wasn't a bad rapper. It was just, it's like out of place. You know, because think about this. Boosie Badass wouldn't be Boosie Badass if he was trying to East Coast rap. You understand what I'm saying? Kevin Gates is another person who is, he's like, Kevin Gates is probably is what Currency should have kind of been. You know what I mean? Because he it ain't that he has an East Coast flow or anything like that. He's just tight with rhymes. Kevin Gates.
I mean, what would you say similarly with, say, somebody like a Mac, who some people say, you know, could hold the equivalent of like an East Coast lyricist? And we know things have definitely changed now. I get what you mean, especially back in the game where we listen to stuff from different places to definitely get that different sound and stuff as well. And but we know that through, I guess, people's even influence and deliveries and styles and stuff, you always get those anomalies. You know, there, even like now we see a lot of artists from the East Coast who sound what people would say Southern. And even those days, people were adopting little things, even on a commercial aspect, like your 50s or your Jim Jones. They were, you know, utilizing different little Southern and West Coast aspects and stuff as well. But still, obviously, as you said, remaining true to their coast and stuff. I always felt like Currency, he repped New Orleans, but not as, he wasn't like, kind of like what we was used to with No Limit and Cash Money, where they was repping, you know, Magnolia or Calliope or Uptown or Downtown, or repping like, you know, a particular street. He never really came off like that, but he always still kind of represented New Orleans in a sense. But I didn't get that sort of, as you complete home feel of a New Orleans artist. It was kind of refreshing in the aspect in how it probably fit in with a lot of the other Southern artists around that he was around. But I think that's one of the things that kind of made him a bit different at the same time.
Well, again, man, I think in hip-hop, we've been successful because we get the feel, just if there's Asian rap, then we looking for the Asian culture of that. You know what I mean? If it's New Orleans, we looking for the New Orleans style of how they doing it. Even if it's so, black people so fucking crazy we so split up mentally and, you know, geographically that, you know, we want people from New Orleans to do the New Orleans way of doing it. We want people from fucking Baton Rouge, which is an hour away, for them to do it the Baton Rouge way. We don't want them doing it the New Orleans way. It's weird, you know what I'm saying? That's how, you know, shit go. But, you know, with Currency, you know, I couldn't place it. I couldn't place it, and all I could do was just be happy that, you know, it's another black man doing it. You know what I mean? And that's, again, I look at it like this. Though it confused me, I still looked at it like that's a good opportunity for me because he's on the tank, he's rocking, he got a video. Shit, let me put my energy in. So, you know, when he does blow up or whatever like that, I end up on a song with him. That's just how you're supposed to do it, you know. So I'm rooting for the whole team. Don't get it twisted. I was rooting for him. I just was confused because there was so much going on. And then Homeboy came out of nowhere and ended up on a video. And on that video, we had the midget. You remember the midget that played on Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I got to spend time with him. He's funny as shit. The midget dude that he played on a lot of P's movies.
It could be Tony Cox.
Yeah, cool ass dude, man. Cool ass dude. And
I mean, was he able to express any of that to Currency, or was it not really one of those situations?
No, I did. When it came to me and Master P, man, you gotta understand, like I said, man, I followed suit, man, because you gotta understand, this man talked a gun out of my hand, this man paid my $2 million bill. Like, I'm not going against the Colonel for nobody, for not even myself, you know what I mean? So whatever ideas I may have had about Currency, good or bad, or whatever, shit got put to the side immediately, and I'm rooting for this is my brother now. He got that tank on. And so if it had a tank on, I'm riding, period. I'm riding 100. So it wasn't that about time the video shoots and all that shit was over, it was no more trying to figure out why P picked Currency to do a video song. Videos was big back then. That's how you get in the forefront. I didn't have no video, you know what I'm saying? So immediately I'm like, man, I got joints at first. But that shit lasted for like 3 seconds till I was just like, okay, Currency, hospital, let's rock. I'm rocking, I'm representing him, you know what I mean? So that's how that shit went, man. And I ain't speak on it until right now. And that shit happened like fucking 20-some years ago. Currency wanted it, man. And you can't take that away from him. And maybe he had to be different like that, you know, to do it what he did.
Yeah.
It's only been two, as far as music is concerned, that's been successful, and that's Snoop Dogg and Currency. And Snoop Dogg already had the cheat code. Currency, I don't know where he came from, but he continued. And I say success because he was able to make, you know, a living off of it, make money off of it. I don't think none of the rest of us financially got correct off that shit, but Currency stayed afloat, man. I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him, man. I just, again, I don't listen to Homeboy. You know, I don't listen to him, but I don't look at him as some whack motherfucker either. You know what I mean? That's not my, I'm not drawn in by the man, you know what I mean? And when I do see him, I support him. But I don't know nothing about what's going on with Currency. It's just glad he did what he did. You know, I wish I didn't want it like that, you know what I mean? I had situations and shit. I was more, it seemed like Currency didn't have to lean on the Colonel. A lot of us had to lean on the Colonel. We came directly from the streets, and we was exactly who we said we was. Currency, in his mind, he had a bigger dream, a bigger passion, and his passion was, you know, I guess he liked East Coast rappers, so he tried to do East Coast spit. I don't know, but he had a vision, and you can't take that away from him, you know.
Yeah.
And that video was fucking crazy, son. I was just like the time and the bitches that was there, and you know, P was spending a lot of bread on shit, man. He was spending a lot of bread, man. I'm not surprised that he did, you know, file for bankruptcy. And it's not, I'm not saying that he went broke or something like that. Nah, I'm saying that he was doing a lot, you know, and he was really trying to find that right thing. And it's hard to talk to a man who has...
What you gonna tell him?
Shit. Yeah, what the fuck are you gonna tell him? Hey, man, don't throw Currency out there, man. He got an East Coast flow, man. Fuck that shit, man. Put me out there, and I'm repping where I'm from, and that's that, you know. That'll be better for now, anyway. Then you could take me and then take Currency and throw us on the track, and we rock and kill that. And he'd be like, you know... That ain't what his brain, I think Master P went on a lot of feelings because when you make something like About It, that's going to be here with us forever. When you make something like that, then you be like, oh shit, this shit really happened. And it went crazy like that. It's hard for people to talk to you about your ideas and how you perceive things. You know what I mean? Because you created something that fed a lot of motherfuckers. You know what I mean? So I just, you know, lots of loot Currency, man. Like I said, man, I got no shame in my game of saying Homeboy was basically one of the only ones who did it, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have that kind of mind. I didn't want to be in the front line anyway. I signed because Master P told me to sign. I wasn't trying to sign because I didn't want to be on the camera. I had too much street shit going on. So, I did have the work, though. I had the music, but I didn't want to, you know, I wasn't ready to be nobody's superstar. Currency was ready to be a superstar. That's why I say a lot of times, you could want to be an artist all you want. That shit come with a tough skin, man. A tough ass skin, man. You see the nigga Boosie Badass, motherfuckers, as soon as they see that nigga, they be like, what's up, black motherfucker? Yeah, and guess what? That black motherfucker got his black ass in front of that camera all the time like it ain't nothing. He don't give a fuck if the camera's on his nostril and ain't even seeing his whole face. He's on that bitch. You know what I mean? You can get a close-up view of his actual real life and who he is and ba. You know what I mean? And that's a part of that skin cloth. You know, that's that skin texture. Some people can't deal with the camera all in their face. You know what I mean? The niggas done too much shit in the streets, or they not, you know, they not confident in how they look. You get a person like Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Ugly as ever. However, you know what I mean? Don't give a fuck. He in front of that camera too. It's different skin. It ain't easy as people say it is or think it is when you in this game, man. The shit come with some shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers got tough ass skin, man. I've seen it. Skin tougher than mine. You know what I mean? And then you get the big shit. The big shit is you get these motherfuckers, these artists. You think you ready to be an artist, but these motherfuckers is artists, and they really don't give a fuck what nobody think about them. They don't give a fuck how you think they look, how you think they sound. They don't give a fuck about none of that. And that is a key. That is a key for the path of success.
Yeah.
So I salute Hospital, man. I salute them at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, man.